Academy YouTube channel once again today. I'm so glad to be with you on this channel once again. So today's tutorial is going to be on the drafting of the asymmetric bustier, asymmetric yoke bustier, as you can see on the thumbnail. So for every asymmetric dress, you need your full basic bodies. That is the first step. Okay, so everything will be drafted because they are not the same on the right and on the left. So we call it asymmetric, and you have your full basic bodies pattern. So right here you can see I have my full basic bodies pattern. I have the starting point, which is the shoulder line. I have my chest line. I have the bust point line. I have the under bust points, and finally we have our waist line. Okay, so this is asymmetric, and we want to start up this drafting right away. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends, and drop your comments on the comment section and your suggestions as well. So now this is the right and this is the left. So as it is on the thumbnail, we have our yoke on the right and we have our princess dart on the left. So I would want to start up this tutorial from the part that has the princess dart. So to do that, we are going to create our basic lines. Okay, so for the basic bodies, if you don't know how to draft a perfect basic bodies, we have how to draft a perfect basic bodies on this channel. Okay, and I'll also be dropping the link on the description box to our WhatsApp group where you can join and learn more from our Telegram classes. Alright, so I'm going to do what we usually do at the first time for every dart creation. So this is my natural neckline, which I achieved with my bust divide by 12. So I placed my tape at the tip of it, and I'm going to find the midpoint of my shoulder line. Okay, so this is the midpoint line. I will connect the midpoint line to my bust point. So that is the first thing you need to do. So since I'm working on this part, this is the center front for these bodies. So I would want to do everything on this before we move over to the other. So I'm going to find my bust circumference. My bust circumference is the difference I have between my bust point and the under bust. Here I have 3.5, so I keep rotating it. I'll just rotate it. So why I'm doing this is because this is the area at which my bust is going to sit. So this is going to serve as a guideline for me to create my neckline and to also know when I'm exceeding the point of my bust so I don't expose my bust. So here you can see I've created the bust circumference. So this is the bust reduce, and this is where the bust is going to sit. So your bust will be sitting right here. So anything that goes into here, any drafting you create inside here, surely your bust will be exposed. So the next thing I want to do is to contour the under bust. Okay, so to contour my under bust, I will place my tape on the center front line, and I will take my under bust circumference. So that means before you embark on this drafting, you need to take your tape around your under bust very firmly. So once that is done, whatever figure you have, divide it by 4, place your tape on the center front and mark out what you have. So I've marked out what I have, and the rest of what is remaining, I have almost 1.5. So on the center front area, I'm going to add 0.25, and the rest of 1 before a quarter, I'm going to place it on that point to contour it. So now on that point, I place my pattern ruler. You can see how I place my curved ruler. I'm directing it from this point to touch the bust point. And I flip my ruler this way to the same bust point and the 0.25 I created initially. So I'm going to connect back to the waistline and connect back. So doing this, I've already contoured my line. So that means to us that what we have on this dart is going to be eliminated. So the underbust has been tightened right now. Now we want to move over to what happens at the upper piece of this dress. So I want you to note that this tie line we have, you need a princess dart for a perfect fit for this particular part of the dress. I love to work with princess darts when I have a full shoulder like this, okay? When I have a high neckline, I love to work with my princess dart. That is high neckline without a yoke. So now I'm going to take my tape from the shoulder tip like that and find the what I have on my armhole. So here I have 10.5 and the midpoint of my 10.5 is 5.25. I love to step down from that point by 1 inch for a perfect princess dart. So once that is done, I'll be placing my pattern ruler. I want you to also note how pattern rulers are placed. So you can see me placing it and adjusting it at the bust points to flush with the already existing dart and to come to the 1 inch. From this point, I'm going to come out by 1 inch again. The reason for coming out by 1 inch is to accommodate my dart. You can see that. So once that is accommodated, next is to flip my ruler this way from that point to this point. And there I have my princess dart. Alright, so that is that, and the next we want to do now is to move over to what happens at the yoke neckline, because we are done with this. But before we move over here, I need to create my neckline. This is my natural neckline. From the center front of my natural neckline, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, and from the side of it, I'll come out by 1 inch, and on this side, I'll come out by 1 inch. So once that is done, I'm going to reconnect my new neckline. So this is the new neckline we are working with. So this new neckline is by choice. It depends on how low or how high you want it to be. So I will advise you to, make your choice of the neckline you want to make use of for this dress. So I've already created the neckline I'm working with for this dress. So next I want to do, before this neckline, remember your shoulder seam line has to be taken from here to here, not on the new line, and divided by 2 and connected to your bust point, just exactly what we did on the other part. Okay, so once it's connected, I'm going to take my bust circumference, bust radius. So taking this bust radius is very, very important. Okay, it's very important to me because when I'm also padding this dress, if I'm going to embark on the sewing of this dress and padding it, you actually see what this does for us. Okay, so the bust radius has been taken all around. So that means that on this line, I'm going to take my bust radius to determine the length of my line, my neckline. So this is what I have right here. So I want to cover my bust, so I'll come up by 0.75. Okay, I'll be using this part of my tape, 0. So from here to here is 0.75. Or you can also do this from the shoulder line. You can take 6 inches. Okay, so I'm in order right here. This is 6.25. So it's okay at that point. So now we want to create the neckline, which we have for that yoke. So for the neckline of that yoke, since we have gotten the line for our neckline. So for this line of our neckline, I want to rule a straight line. Now I'm going to connect my neckline. So my neckline goes this way. From the chest line, I will come in by 1 inch. From the chest line, I mark 1 inch. I come in with my pattern ruler. You can see how I'm sitting my pattern ruler. From that 1 inch, I'm going to connect all the way to this point, and I flip my pattern ruler once again, and I'm going to connect. I will come down from here by 0.75 from here to here, 0.75, and ensure my pattern ruler runs into that point before it goes into the armhole. All right, people, so we have created the yoke. So now I'm going to connect what I have on my yoke. From that point, I'm going to connect it to this point.